Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. Brand new season. I am Steven.
And I am Mixie. We are here to recap episodes 1 and 2 of the Challenge World Championship. Episode 1, Run the World, and Episode 2, When Worlds Collide.
Who run the world?
Girls.
Who run the world?
Girls. Who run this mother?
Oh, man. Brand new season. We are back. Our last episode was the Smash or Pass. I will say some of the smashes were absolutely confirmed.
Yep.
This week on the show, we will talk about that. This might be the shortest 2-episode recap in history. At least we think so right now. By the time we're done with this, probably an hour and a half. But you know what? This is what I get at. Also coming up this week, why and me and Mixie are already in love with somebody this season. Is the format already broken and already sucked? And all that, and we play America's new favorite game. The best game we might have ever played. All that and a lot more. Mixie, let's start with some vomiting, shall we?
I mean, we can. I would like to get... There's something that happened at the very beginning. 2 things that happened that were very telling to me. When we first started, I was super excited. And I don't know about you, because I know that you watched some of the other seasons that brought people in. All of the hosts were there. And I was like, this is awesome. We get to see all of the hosts. They're going to all interact. Like, it's not just going to be Mr. TJ. We get Mr. TJ, but we also get these other people. Like, that's going to be fun. They then disappear and I have never been seen again. I don't know if they got lost or what.
I think they went to go check in on Kenny in the hotel.
They're just holding Kenny just for shits and gigs.
Kenny is a backup, just in case.
I was sad about that because I got really excited and I was like, this is fun. Like, they're all going to be there and now they're not there. I don't understand why they flew them all out for just the qualifier and then they got rid of them. That doesn't make sense to me.
It makes no sense. I think they'll come back, but the fact that we didn't see them, you're right. I think maybe they were captured or something happened to them. Obviously, they were there for like the first part, and then they were like, you can take a couple days off, have a rest, have a vacation.
Well, it can't be a budgeting issue because they clearly have budget for this season. The quote legends, which is how I will be referring to them, all came in on helicopters.
Sure, they did.
Oh, you don't think that's real?
Did we see them in the helicopter, or did they just have helicopters fly over
and then land?
Or were they already there? I don't think they got that many people in those helicopters.
I guess that is true. There wasn't enough helicopter. Thank you for ruining that for me. I need to see. I'm asleep at the wheel. I should be knowing this stuff, and I'm not. This is why I need you in my life.
It's just another example of 5 to 7.
But then I guess to me, why would they? Because we'll get into it. But like, I really feel like they're not capturing the dailies well. Like, if they would have taken that helicopter budget and instead gotten a drone so we could get some drone shots, that would have been very nice.
I think that would have been very helpful. You're right about the drone shots. This daily, which we'll speak to in just a little bit, very hard to track everything. I mean, we're talking about it. I'll just run with my point that I didn't like it. I liked the concept on the face of this, but this is very hard to track with a whole bunch of people that most of us don't know because you didn't give us enough time to watch the other fucking versions. Also, fun fact, UK season was 5 episodes.
How?
5 episodes.
What did they start with, like 8 people? Take notes, USA and flagship show.
It was 5 episodes.
How?
Well, it's a UK thing, first of all, that most shows do not have over like 6 episodes in the season. So I think they had to keep with that or something like that. But for reality TV, also, and I don't know how this affected it, but the Queen did die while they were filming. So I don't really know how that worked out, if they had to change up the format.
They filmed and edited that and got it back out that quick? Didn't she die like 2 months ago?
The Argentinian people went to this a week after their show finished filming.
Wow.
And since we're talking about the Argentinian people and we're talking about fun facts, none of these people were in the top 3 of Argentina. The winner's not there.
Do you know why?
The winner or runner-up or the third place person is not there. And apparently the winner could not go because the winner was not vaccinated for like yellow fever or something like that. And it was a holiday, so they couldn't find anybody to vaccinate the winner. So the people you were looking at are not the winners, which totally throws off the entire concept of what your fucking show is and what you claim the show is about. You have the global winners. You don't have the global winner. You don't have actually people in the top 3.
I mean, well, to be fair, 3 out of the 4 U.S. People didn't win either. So
I'm going to bring up the stat. I looked at this. So Rodrigo, who apparently on his season was referred to as not Rodrigo, but a different name because, we have to dumb it down for the Americans. Rodrigo was 4th. Claudia was 6th, who's already gone.
Yeah.
Benja was the 4th out. And I don't know how to say her name. Juicy was the 3rd out.
Huey no, I'm not even
Huey Lewis in the news? I don't know. 3rd out. 3rd out. So what a just terrible... Again, this was
Swing
a failed concept from the beginning. You have a UK person on the American Legend side who hasn't been on the show in like 17 fucking years.
And then gets put on the USA team.
Terrible concept. Terrible concept. And one of your backup ladies is Jenny West, who, again, is an alternate, and she has not been on since she won her fucking season for the ladies. What is going on with this show?
It's upsetting.
And she's a UK person, too.
It's definitely upsetting, to say the least.
You're calling it the world... I have a headache already.
Well, let's get into it.
Let's get into vomiting. Vomiting makes me feel better.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly the opposite, but sure.
That's right. You hate watching this, don't you?
Hate it. Ben's was the worst by far.
By
I've ever
worst,
seen.
You mean best?
No.
That was the best
worst.
vomiting. Mixie, I thought it was CGI. I thought it was fake vomiting. It was that good. I thought it was fake vomiting because it was so goddamn good. I enjoyed every second of watching him throw up. I want there to be a Twitch stream of TJ.
Do you enjoy this?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so entertaining to watch. I would love a Twitch stream of TJ and the other hosts just watching it live, like on a little webcam, and them commentating about it and them laughing with everybody. I enjoyed that they didn't make them wait to the final. Like, you want to be part of this show? You're going to do what everybody thinks. You're going to have to drink these vomit glasses. By the way, they flew in the vegan glasses from LA, home of veganism.
Oh, I noticed that. For Tori, we make it non-vegan so that she doesn't have to drink it. But for these quote-unquote MVPs, they have to drink it, and they make sure that they have to drink it.
Drink your vomit glasses, everybody. Drink your vomit glasses. Drink it up. Drink it down. A+ vomiting. It was so good. I love when TJ laughs. I don't think he's ever I think he said it was about Ben. He turned to the side. He's like, oh, Ben. I don't think I've ever seen. He just usually laughs. But he was just like, oh my God.
He was getting nauseous. I was getting nauseous. And the thing that took me over the edge is while all of this is happening, my arch nemesis, her stupid fucking face comes on the screen. And the quote starts, coming in as the winner of Challenge USA. Bitch, no, you did not win. You didn't win. And it just infuriates me to my core that she can just walk around and tell everybody that she won. If I was Justine, I'd be telling everybody that didn't fucking happen. That didn't fucking happen. She did not win. They just needed somebody, and she was still the only person that had it voluntarily dropped. She sucked so bad. She was so far behind. She didn't know everybody else had voluntarily dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this bitch. Every time that something like that is said, I have it noted. And it makes me so angry. I just need her out. I need her out. That's all I care about this season is getting Sarah out of this fucking game.
I mean, we were really nervous, and more so you than me, that she was going to get paired up with somebody like you. Really were scared that she was going to get paired with Wes.
Yeah, I would have lost it.
How do you feel that she's partnered with Theo now, and that like we can get rid of Theo after him and Kaz have their little like makeup, chat, and then we can get rid of Theo?
I mean, to be honest, I think this was best case scenario for me because I have no ties to Theo. He seems like a great guy. I was enjoying him in episode 1. Then Sarah pulled him and I said, R.I.P. Theo. I mean, the only redeeming thing he can do is self-sabotage and I will like him.
You are absolutely correct, Shocking, that this was the best case scenario. Go down the list of the American men.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not the American man, because Theo's on the team, which still doesn't make any fucking sense as a legend.
Yes, the legend.
And when you, as we discussed on the Smash or Pass episode, when you think about all of the men they could have picked for this, because the ladies' choices are thin.
Yeah.
And this is just an example of how poorly they try to cast women on this show and try to keep around good women on the show. Again, Jenny, who won her season, hasn't been seen since, but she was a fucking alternate for this season. Again, it's okay.
But Kellyanne is...
Thank you. Well, Kellyanne is... They got what they wanted out of Kellyanne this episode.
Oh, immediately. She gave them exactly why they brought her in. Yes.
Thank you. That's why. And I think that's what happens when the ladies on the show is, unless you're somebody like an Ashley who is a crazy person who happens to win and then says terrible things about people and then gets themselves canceled from the show, as Camilla did as well. Unless you are one of these crazy people, they don't want to keep you around if you're just good. I still don't know why Casey's on the show, but we do because of Babe.
Yeah, I mean, Babe. It's all for Babe. Everything's always for Babe. I would say the only other person I think I'd be okay with Sarah matching up with is Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like he would just nod and agree with everything she says, and then she would self-sabotage herself. I am concerned that Theo might be like, hey, you're being stupid. And I need that to not happen so that she can continue to be stupid and ruin her own career in this show. I am okay with it though. I'm okay with it. I'm sorry, Theo. I will still smash you.
He's a tall man. He's a very tall man.
I would climb that tree. I would climb that tree for sure. I'd build a little house on top.
Oh, okay. Nice little nest up there, eh?
Yeah. Back to this thing.
Back to the daily that was impossible to follow. Yes.
Yes. Terrible.
I wanted something that showed me, while it was good on the face of it in terms of like we're seeing everybody do all these things, we're seeing some strengths and like ways of doing that. It didn't feel like I was able to know where people were, because at one point I think somebody was just finishing the tire thing, like they were the last person to finish the tire thing. I think it was Zara. She was like the last to finish the tire. And then all of a sudden she was like done with her puzzle and heading to the flag. And I was like, hold on. Did you just jump 5 people?
Yeah.
If we're going to use these stupid graphics where it's like, hey, this thing is like 20% heart and 50% skill and 90% oxygen atoms. Who asked for this?
Yeah, not me. That's for sure.
Hotties, did you ask for this? Did any of you ask for this? Just give, if we want to be the 5th professional sports, we need to do our graphics better. We need to look at a sport that does graphics very well and then can think when things are in a race. Let's look at Formula One. If you were here and then you jumped all these people, you should just take all the little photos and put them at the bottom. Like photo. And then it's like, Zara, our last one to finish the tire thing. Oh, guess what? She just finished. We just take her photo and we're going to just see it move all the way over here. Now we see that she's in line. It's not very hard.
It's not. I fully agree with you. It was impossible to follow. I was just, once again, one track mind, thrilled Justine beat Sarah.
It's pretty good.
Just so happy because when she was at the tires, I think she was like second to last at the tires. And I was like, no, I need you to beat Sarah. I need this from you. Because, I mean, I feel like everybody knew however you did in this, you were going to pick your partner in that order. And I was like, I need her to have a shit partner. And I think it happened out. Like, I think it did work out the way it needed to work out. I'm thrilled that Justine beat her in this. And I just pray that she continues to beat Sarah and all of this stuff. Sarah did terribly in the Daily on episode 2. So I'm happy right now.
While we're discussing this, let me just bring up something that Sarah did later in the show, because it immediately ties into this. She's sitting around thinking her shit doesn't stink as per use.
Mm-hmm.
And she is so full of herself. Meanwhile, I don't know if anybody else knows that she won by default, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And she just goes, I think my biggest threat from the MVPs is Emily. And without blinking, she goes, now, we both didn't finish the first one. And I was like,
yeah.
But you're not a threat. And literally the whole thing was all of the people on the show who half of them are going to be around in a couple weeks. And it's supposed to be about how well-rounded you are. And you couldn't finish. You couldn't lift the pole up.
She specifically said that she couldn't finish. Like,
you couldn't lift the pole. What? Oh, but it's your biggest threat.
Coming in as an MVP, the winner of the challenge.
I pulled my headphones out. That's how upset I was. It's completely unacceptable. I need her gone.
I need her gone.
I will say, Mama Frank said, because she was featured so much in this episode, she was like, I didn't really even want to watch this season because of how much she was shown in these first 2 episodes. She was just like, she needs to go. When she goes, the show will be that much better.
I agree fully. Absolutely agree. Then this whole, like, I'm so smart. Look at this big brain idea I had to, we'll put these people in, her manipulating these. I want her shit to blow up immediately. I want them to just see through this immediately. I think that I'm hoping this Emily girl figured it out quickly and can start a movement against Sarah. Fuck Sarah. Fuck Sarah. I hate her so much.
If Emily did not figure out at this point that Sarah is a bag of garbage on this show, then Emily's got to go too.
I agree.
And I love a swimmer girl. I love swimmer girls. Always have, always will. But you got to go too. She basically, if this is a country competition, she basically just like threw your country person in and you're just going to be like, it's fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. No, she like, she was just supposed to be a pawn that wouldn't do anything. Well, that didn't work for you. And in this game, you have to get payback for that.
Well, also, this whole thing. So I guess I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but I want to talk about it. This whole thing. Everyone's like, oh, this was actually like a pretty smart move of Sarah's part, blah, blah, blah. Here's where I'm at. We knew that this was going to be a partner's game. It was always going to be a partner's game. We knew that. They needed to eliminate one guy and one girl to make it even numbers so that they can then have a partner's game. By doing this, the answer that TJ gave was it's a women's elimination, so the girl gets to make the final call. Guess what's never going to happen again? A single-sex elimination. So all of this was for nothing, for absolutely no reason. She ruined an alliance that she was trying to make. She is the worst I have ever seen on this show, ever.
It doesn't make any sense why she believes she's so good on this show. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And if anybody else was smart at this point of watching this, they would go, she's completely unreliable. She was sneaky and unreliable on USA. Mm-hmm. Why are we? She's partnered with Theo. Why are we keeping Theo and her here?
Yep.
Theo has no alliance to any of these other people, really.
Mm-hmm.
Gone. Agreed. Get her out of here.
Agreed.
She's got to go at this point. Gotta go.
Everybody say your prayers. Do it whatever you need to. Sacrifice a lamb to the gods. I don't know.
Club some baby seals. Whatever we do. Whatever is your prayer of choice, we got to do. I will say, Mixie, let's get out of this by talking about our new love interest of the season.
Oh, please. We'll go from hate to love. I love that.
Kaz. Kaz opened her beautiful, beautiful mouth, and I fell in love immediately because, listen, her photo was gorgeous when we did Smash or Pass, but then her first confessional look, tits out, let's fucking go. Gorgeous skin. Like, I may have done some research on Instagram for science and science purposes only.
Absolutely. You're doing it for the hotties.
Muay Thai, boxing, and fighting.
Ooh.
Oh, I had to take a pause. I was too emotional. I was overcome by emotions for science, obviously.
I understand.
Just ruin my life, please. Kaz just ruin my life. Respectfully ruin my life. And Theo, my guy, you two used to date and you're not dating her anymore and you got partnered with Sarah. That's what we call taking 2 L's.
Back to back.
2 big L's, my boy. 2 big, giant L's. Sorry about it, but Kaz, holy shit. She's got to be... Protect Kaz at all costs.
I think that she's going to be just fine with Jordan. I think that we're going to see a lot of them, which I'm very happy about. Love that pair together. Zaza or Zara?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Huhui, I believe is how you say her name.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Some of these women keep like popping up and I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. You got to be fucking kidding me with this stuff. I mean, Justine, and I said it in the USA too. Justine, whew, she is just stunning. I mean, we have a lot of eye candy on this season, and it's making Sarah's fucking dumbass being there a little bit better because I have other people to look at.
It does help a little bit. Yeah.
I will say once again, there are too many people on this show, entirely too many. But you know, we'll watch this probably for 3 months straight because that's how long it's going to take to eliminate everyone, and then we'll get to the next season of the challenge.
I think this is 10 episodes.
Bullshit. I don't believe it. It's
$500,000. It's on Paramount Plus. It's going to be 10 episodes, 10 to 12 at the most. I'm putting money down right now.
Okay.
It's 10 to 12 episodes.
I hope you're right.
10 to 12 episodes. Let's talk about another person whose world career was shortly lived. Nathan. Nathan was a fucking star that burned out way too brightly.
So upset about that too.
Probably got COVID and had to be medically separated.
Yeah, that was.
Say COVID without saying COVID. I think you can just say that now.
Why are we still pretending like we can't say it?
It's got to be a HIPAA thing, right? It's just got to be like, hey, we can't say you got COVID, but we're going to basically say you got COVID by saying you need to be unless he had Ebola, and they're like, we got to separate you. Like,
I feel like they'd be more willing to say Ebola than they would to say COVID.
You're right. He had Ebola, so they had to separate him. Mm-hmm. But what if he had COVID? If he had COVID, he was medically removed, medically separated. Okay. This guy was going to be a star. He was scheming from the beginning. He didn't give a shit. He was, as he said, and I quote, a fun time boy who is here for shits and gigs.
And he exuded that energy, and I was so excited to have him be a part of the crew. Very sad to see him go.
He was a big letdown.
They could pull a Greaseback Bum Babe and Kenny move and bring him back later.
If somebody else gets injured on like the Team UK or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This we'll talk about at the beginning of episode 2, but the fact that this is allegedly a team game and you already got rid of 2 people on the team game before the teams had even already been started is just an absolute flaw in the system.
They should have just got 2 more legends. Here I am saying there's too many people and you could bring in more people.
They had 2 more sitting in a hotel in South Africa. They had Brad and Jenny. Just bring them along.
Yeah, that was dumb of them.
Jesus Christ. So now we have to find another fun time boy who is here for shits and gigs. So Nixie, I ask you, on the global MVPs, who else do you think might be a fun time boy who's here for shits and gigs?
I don't feel like anybody is. I think that Wes and Bananas and Nelly T will carry it as much as they can.
Yeah.
and we'll get like nothing else.
No, I think you're right. I think the only Fun Time Boys who are here for shits and gigs, somebody like Wes, because he loves a good shit and gig, and a Fun Time Boy he is. What a great introduction he had of just being like, I'm the best ever, I'm the best person to do this, and he's just running through all the accolades. And I was just like, it's just peak Wes, just dominating everything about this. Dominating the photo game, as we said, in Smash or Pass. Just great. But if I had to pick anyone, I guess I'm going to pick the two Argentinian guys, because one of them, they were just like, oh, we're going to salsa dance in the room. How fucking stereotypical could they have got?
The Argentinians are so nice.
They're great.
I think it was Bananas. Yeah, I think it was Bananas that was like, this is just not going to go well for them. They're so sweet. I love them.
They were great. They're like, oh, let's just dance. And then like Nelly, just a great peak Nelly moment. He did not want to like figure out anything like about her. It was just like, how do I say right and left in Spanish?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And she's like, yeah, your language is far harder than mine. So calm down. Apparently, again, to go back to the Argentinians, apparently the other people that could have competed were either injured or were not able to speak English, so they could not go on the show. That's why these people were selected.
I feel like that's something they knew that this was going to be the end result of whatever. It's
just a terrible idea. Just a terrible idea. And then it was like, it wasn't even the same type of people they picked from, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the guys was a chef. One of the other persons was like a model. It's like everybody else was on a reality show. Mm-hmm. Do they not have reality shows in Argentina? Are they missing out on the joy that is like Argentinian Bachelor or something like that? All these hot people hooking up in Argentina. There's got to be. I'm looking it up right now. Argentina Bachelor. Gotta be.
There's got to be.
Oh, I don't need a degree in Argentina. Sorry. Let me type in The Bachelor, Argentina.
TV.
Doesn't look like it existed.
Oh,
doesn't look like it's a thing. That's very sad. Maybe they don't, and maybe that's why they had to pick chefs and models and stuff.
Yeah,
that
would make sense. That would make more sense.
All right, we got that figured out.
A few small things I want to touch on. Bananas gave the toast.
Yeah.
With no voice. What happened to Bananas? I know that. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, he was probably yelling a lot when they were doing the qualifier. But you can't sit here and tell me that he yelled more at that qualifier than he did at Babe during the final of the last season. So it doesn't make any sense to me that he would lose his voice now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he was like, I don't have to compete. Let's just yell. And then before he knew it was like, oh, fuck, my voice is gone. It was just weird to hear him doing that. Like, I'm glad they brought him back to do a toast. Because we haven't seen that in a few seasons, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Mixie, are you a toast person? Have you given a toast? Would you like to be a toast person? Do you prefer white wheat or English muffin?
You
don't have to answer white wheat or English muffin. I just thought that was the funny end.
It was. It really threw me. Your comedy level is too high for me this early in the morning. You can see my bag still.
Operating on another level.
I will give a toast if I'm forced to, and it'll be a 12 out of 10 every time. But I don't enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, kind of same thing for toasting breads. Like, I like my bread to be warm, but I don't like it to be like to the point where it's cutting the inside of my mouth when I bite into it because it's toasted. So I'll get it toasted and I'll enjoy it, but I don't want to. Am I making sense?
I do. I think we need to do like there is a image that was going around, toast scale image. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, yes.
And if you're in the hotties, this photo will be available to you. I found the image, Mixie. I will be sending it in the chat.
Okay, hit me with it.
So you can figure it out, and then everybody at home can also play this game. Actually, I'm just gonna send it to you right there. So give it a second to pull up. But it's a toast scale, which basically shows 9 different slices of toast from varying things of toast levels. And I would like to know where you would like your toast to be on this scale. I feel like you're at 3 at most.
3.
3?
4 at most. 4 if the bread is like originally very soft, so I can get it to a point. Once you're hitting 5, you're risking cutting the inside of your mouth open.
I'm probably at 5. I'm probably at 5, I think. 6 is probably my max.
So you occasionally like to chew on shards of glass?
I do.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Hotties, feel free to do this. If you are a 1 or a 9, you will be removed from the group.
I disagree. 1, you just don't want to toast it sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to toast it.
Why are you even having toast? It's just hot bread.
Yeah, sometimes that's good.
And not for like a slice of white toast. That's just weird.
Depending what you're putting on it.
Yeah, but if I'm having toast with butter, like regular toast, like I guess it's different if you're putting jam or jelly, whatever we call it in the States.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not the point. Okay, let's
anyways.
Keep going. Oh, you saw something else during Bananas Toast, did you not?
I did. And I saw it again later in the second episode. I didn't write down where. I can go back and put specifics. Guys, they're letting them vape. Theo has a bright pink vape stick, as I refer to as suck stick. He has a suck stick.
Not that you would know what these things are.
I've never had one, and I don't plan to ever enjoy one ever again.
Oh, what was that? Oh, wait. What was that?
Nothing. Did something happen?
I thought I saw a ghost.
Oh, okay.
A ghost that looked like a vape.
Oh, no. Well, I don't own a suck stick, and I would never have one. So it's... Huh?
Okay. Huh?
Okay. So Theo definitely has a suck stick, and I can't remember who was in episode 2 with one. I want to say it was Bananas, but I'm not 100% sure. They're letting them smoke vapes in this house. So I will be eagle-eyeing when I can find people sucking sticks in the background, or if there's like cloud puffs that are coming out of nowhere. Keep an eye out for these suck sticks, everybody. Let me know when you see them. Give me time codes. This is very interesting to me. I'm shocked that they're letting them do this.
I think they've been doing it for years. I think it just snuck in because he was doing his toast. I think because Babe is a big cigarette smoker from what I recall.
They're ripping darts outside for sure, but I just was shocked to see it indoors.
I think because it's on Paramount Plus, they're like, whatever, we're having them curse. We can show them vaping for fuck's sake.
I love it.
I will also say this. I feel like this show, The Challenge, the flagship, should be on streaming.
Oh, I agree.
Because I want to hear them cursing. There's still some rules that you have to abide by on MTV. Let's put it on streaming and get rid of all the rules. Let them curse. Let's show like more hooking up. If they can, let me see like a grind, when they're hooking up. Let me see the sheets moving a lot. Let me see the banging, right? Just put it on streaming.
Fully agree.
If you're only going to show it one time a fucking day or one time a week on MTV, why is it even on there? Put it on streaming. Just get it over with.
Amen.
Let me hear people cursing.
Speaking of getting over with it, hold on.
Yards.
Speaking of getting it done. Wait, no. Is that?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Getting it over with. Getting it over with. Speaking.
She went to college.
Not all of this. Speaking of getting it over with. No, I still can't do it. Okay. I am
Ready?
so sorry.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Speaking of getting it over with, I want to get this episode over with. Let's get to this elimination. So Sarah's big, massive plan, like we said before, was for nothing. We don't really find anything out because TJ has Zara make the final call because it's a women's elimination. So it's Kiki and what's her name, Claudia?
Yes, Claudia. Claudia and Kiki, which sounds like a bar here somewhere in Los Angeles.
It does. So they go in to elimination. We get a pole wrestle, a good old classic pole wrestle. Yeah. I mean, did you think Claudia had a chance?
No, not really. They tried to make it seem like she could have a chance because Zara was saying, like, I'm really nervous about this and all this type of stuff. But also, I don't want my friend to put me in and all this type of stuff. I don't think she had a chance. My brain wasn't really able to compute much of this because I was still lost on the voting of what happened here. Mm-hmm. There's like, they already picked teams. There was a clear divide. Listen, obviously watched more of the 5 to 7 seasons of this show. I was at a loss. They were naming 2 teams. I don't recall them saying anything about that. I don't think TJ or the other hosts who have been taken captive and are hanging out with Kenny in an Argentinian. Actually, they're not in Argentina anymore. A South African hotel room.
Yes.
I don't remember them saying that. And then the winning team gets to vote on who goes. Just stop the madness.
Yeah.
Just say the last team goes in and the first team gets to pick. There it is. That's simple enough.
Yep.
We don't need to make this harder. Mm-hmm. Just let's cut down this garbage. I know it's going to lead to more drama. But again, this is just a week 1 vote. It doesn't make any sense. It should have been first team and last team, and that was it. Just make it easy, because at the end of next week, because we fucked around so long in this first episode, we get cliffhangered.
Amen. And I was pissed about that. The whole also, they like go into this downstairs area where there's like these bleacher seatings of this gold velvet seats, and then in episode 2 they just sit at a long table, and I'm like, what are we going downstairs? Is this
because there's too many people? They're like, oh, we can't fit everybody down there.
Oh, there's too many people, huh? You think there's too many people?
Just again, we could have saved ourselves a lot of time on this show by just going, listen, we're going to bring the 2 winners of each season, except for Argentina, because that person apparently cannot get a vaccination in a week, because we didn't think about the possibility if this person won that we were going to film in fucking South Africa. Great job. Glad to see things are holding up. And we're always true to the idea that nobody knows what the fuck's going on this show, or how it's produced, or how it's put together, jammed down our fucking throats. They should have just picked the male and female winner from each show. And if you can't get the people from the show, you pick a male and a female alternate. That means we would have had 8 pairs. And then you need 4 challenge male legends, 4 challenge female legends. Just tell me that's not a better show.
I agree with you, because once again, my main argument is always, I want to get to know these people. Yeah. I'm not getting to know these people. People are popping up. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like Amber's fucking partner that looks like Shaggy from fucking Scooby-Doo.
He won his season.
He popped up. I was like, who are you?
Yeah. Just we don't need this many people. I understand you want to make it seem like there's going to be some issues, but think about those. If you were to pick 4 challenge male people to be that person, who would you have picked? It's obviously out of the people that showed up, Bananas, Wes, Jordan, and then you pick a 4th out of all those people. I say it's Jarrell.
Jarrell's probably more legendary, but like TV wise, I think Nelly.
Sure, you put Nelly on there. You switch it out. You put Nelly in there. You could have gone with that. You could have put Yes in there, because Yes has like won more recently. You know, like that just makes it, I feel like, a better show.
Agreed.
Especially on streaming. Get me in, get me out. Show me the idea. If we think of this concept is if the winner of USA or the runners up of all these other ones, they win this. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. What if Jahuli or whatever her name is? Sorry, there you go. I'll never be able to say that. What if she somehow wins? The person who is like 3rd out on her season wins this overall thing.
It defeats the entire purpose of this show. Well, you know what defeated my eyeballs during this pole wrestle? Kiki doing the splits in the sand, and that ass was bouncing, making it this week's Ass of the Week. Ass of the Week.
of the week.
Forgive me. I know I'm not the ass connoisseur you are.
Thank you for respecting me.
I'm asking for the people and for myself.
Yeah.
Not Kellyanne?
Okay, listen. She had it in reach. It was right in front of her, right? The issue was not her butt. It was the angles of capturing said cheeks. So what didn't happen was I didn't get a nice aerial shot of both of those buns. What I did get was an eye level straight on where I saw one hump, but I didn't see the second hump, right? And then I got some where they were looking at Kellyanne and I'm seeing bits of the hump over her like head, but I'm not getting full ass. And Kiki gave me full ass in the splits while in elimination. We got to respect those cheeks. You know what I mean?
Again, that's why I said respectfully. I was very confused. It's like, oh, I know what ass of the week is because obviously it's that. Why would it not be that? I mean, it's there. It's great. It's what I said during Smash or Pass. What a great opportunity to follow it up. And then it's just not. I was just caught off guard. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Listen, I get where the confusion is lying. I can spoil it. Episode 2, Kellyanne digging in the sand with her ass in the air is this week's
Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
I felt okay getting rid of her winning the award in the first episode because I personally felt Kiki gave me more in episode 1. And Kellyanne gave me all of the whining and all of the cheeks that I could ask for in episode 2. So I gave it to her for that.
I love to see a redemption story. I do. I love that, like, we just talked about her losing it, which is probably like the worst way. Like, you were out there in a bikini just showing it off for everyone to have a slice of that cake. And then you lose it in week 1 and you just have to be really disappointed. But then you just bounce back and then you're like, you know what? I'm not going down that easy. I might go down easy for other things, potentially. Who knows? But not in this. Not in this case.
Listen, it's not Kellyanne's fault. We can get mad at the camera operator for camera B. He was too focused on Bananas playing Wonderwall next to the pool and didn't get the ass shots that I was looking for. So, don't hate me. I don't make the rules, as we all know. I'm not the one making the rules.
Okay. All right. We're on to episode 2 now. We're moving to episode 2. Mixie's going to drive the bus for episode 2 here. Can I ask you what the name of this episode was?
When Worlds Collide.
Okay, so we're sensing a theme here. I think When Worlds Collide is also like another song, so maybe they're going to be like all world songs with the word world in there. Wow, that was much harder to say than I thought it was going to be.
I can't wait for the We Are the World remix where it's all of the challengers going, we are the world.
We are the challengers. We are the global MVPs that we got partnered up with.
We are the world.
What are they calling them? With Legends. Can't wait for that remix. I will say it looks like the music supervisor got fired for this season because boy was this music awful in these 2 episodes.
It was bad. It was definitely bad. We are stuck with the royalty-free acoustic happy upbeat. It
was just, there were some songs that were in there and I'm just like, I don't care for these. These do not fit. Like it's just, it was a poor effort. I hope they step their game up, just like you saw with Kellyanne. You could step up your game the next episode that have been put on notice. Take it from there. Go and do your worst. Let's see how that goes.
I will say we started off the episode with the shirtless Bananas, and it made me really happy that I got to know. I guess we didn't start it. We started with the teams being made, but once the teams were made and he was back in the house, we had a shirtless Bananas flossing in bed. And it just made me realize how happy I am that I get to finally root for Bananas this season after not being able to root for him because of his partner in Babe. I'm pumped about that.
It's a big step up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to enjoy it. I don't know how long it may or may not last.
Okay. You don't think that they're a good team? I think Justine and Bananas are going to be good.
But I do believe what he said was right, is that if anybody from the international shows knows anything about the challenge, it's that Johnny Bananas is won 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at a certain point, he's on Team USA. They'll try to do something. I don't know. I just feel like that's inevitably where this usually goes in.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But I do think they'll make a good team. I don't know if he was happy that he got picked by her. I know he's saying that, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if she was in like his top 5.
Well, I think he was more upset that he wasn't picked first than he was that he had the partner that he had. I think that was more of an ego blow to him, and he was more upset about that than the partner that he got, personally.
Yeah, I think it was if Wes was not the first pick, I think he would not have cared as much. I think he would have been like, oh yeah, Jordan. Well, it's Jordan. But the fact that it was Wes, yeah, that didn't help.
Yeah, it was Wes, then Jordan, then him. And he's been, correct me if I'm wrong, he's been doing this a lot longer than the other two.
Yes, that is correct.
So
yes.
I think it's an ego blow for him. We already talked about this. Theo got the short end of the stick. Sorry, buddy. Hope you get out immediately. What other teams were you impressed by? Were you like, oh, this is going to be terrible? Did you have any that you think are going to be like sneaky good teams that people weren't really focusing on?
I think Tori and Kiki's husband, it's a shame that he could not be partnered with Kiki because of, she's not a challenge legend.
Yeah.
But that would have been great. They should have just made an exception for that. Mm-hmm. And I hope he's just constantly cheering for Kiki to be like, yeah, I'm cheering for Kiki because my wife's name is Kiki. Just like keep it going another season. If we can do that for one more season. Also, gotta love that they used the same photo of him playing football yet again. The one photo that they have cleared, that they have international rights to. They use that photo again. Yep. And shocked that the first thing he didn't say was, my wife's name is Kiki. It was the second thing he said.
Yes.
Before I pick any other teams, I do think that is like my potential sneaky good team. I do think all of them are like.
Okay, just real quick, you didn't watch the trailer for the rest of this season.
No, I never watched the trailer for the rest of the season.
I just wanted that to be noted to all of the listeners that did watch the trailer for the rest of the season and are listening to what Steven is saying right now. Also, if you really want to get in deep, go to Kiki's Twitter account. Some things have been tweeted already.
Well, why are you doing these things?
Just throwing it out there.
She loves to spoil.
It came up on the feed. What am I supposed to do?
We don't follow Kiki on Twitter.
Twitter now has like the For You thing.
Well, that's stupid. You should not be reading the For You. That is, who reads the For You on Twitter?
Me, so that I can accidentally get spoiled and blame it on Twitter. I want to spoil, but I'm not gonna. Okay. Anyways.
Awful.
I think Wes and Zara are gonna be unreal.
That's kind of obvious. Yeah. I think they're the favorites. I think.
And Jordan and now I've completely blanked on her name. Cara.
What?
No. Is it Kiki?
It's our future thruple partner in Kaz. Okay?
Kaz. I was there. The letters were all there.
She's got a Z in her name.
I don't know. There's too many people. So therefore, I can't remember all of their names. So when more people get cut, Jordan and Kaz, I think, are going to be great. And as you said before, really want them to sleep together. Really want Tori to spiral again because Jordan's sleeping around.
I cannot remember the last time I wanted something as much as Kaz and Jordan to bang. My God, I would pay a lot of money to watch that.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That could be like one of those like OnlyFans things that you have to pay like $1,000 for, and I'd consider paying for it.
Same. I mean, they're like two of the hottest people on the show. So
Jesus Christ.
insane.
And like her accent, even if she did not have the accent, you guys, amazing. But then she's got the act. Just throw it again. Ruin my life respectfully, please. just please, just be near me so I can feel like that I am like I've accomplished something.
Yeah,
because you're so hot and you're near me. Like,
absolutely.
Oh my God, just sweating thinking about the opportunities.
A few other teams I want to touch on. The most boring team award goes to Greaseback Bun Babe and Ben. I don't know how they're going to do other than I think that they're just going to not be a target because people are going to literally forget that they exist. So they'll fly under the radar with that. I think Nelly T and Hui are going to do terribly as they did. And I think Kellyanne and whatever the hell that guy's name is going to implode immediately. I don't know who's going to go into elimination, but I feel strongly that it will be Kellyanne and what's-his-face, and they will be going home.
Jody and Benji are also, or Benji, or whatever you claim his name might be, also boring as well.
Yeah.
But Jody knew that going in.
Mm-hmm.
I really think there are only 4 to 5 teams that can win this show at this point.
Okay.
I really think there are 4 to 5 teams that have the potential of winning. And it's Yes and Emily, Wes and Zara, Tori and Danny.
Okay.
Jordan, Kaz, John A, and Grant, and Bananas and Justine. So 6. I'm going to say 6.
I agree.
I think if all things were fair and we just run a final right now, there are other teams that I throw in there. Like Amber and Troy, I throw in there because she can run for days. He won his season. He's a Ninja Warrior guy. Mm-hmm. That is a sneaky favorite, but we know Amber is going to be isolated pretty quickly from this.
Yep.
So I don't think that's a possibility.
She also has to go home and get knocked up by Chauncey.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she's taking a chance on Chauncey. Taking a chance on Chauncey.
Chauncey is taking a Chauncey on the pull-out method and losing. So that has to have happened like pretty soon.
After this? Yeah, I don't know when they actually filmed this, so.
Timeline-wise, not adding up. So, okay, we picked the teams. We get a very forced conversation between Greaseback Bun Babe and John A. Just
spoiling the rest of the show.
Oh, spoiling what's happening with this cliffhanger. If anybody here thinks that John A's not, I'm willing to put my first child on John A voting for Kellyanne, especially like that very last scene of the episode where Kellyanne's getting ready and looking for her lip liner, and she's just basically saying, You're not gonna put me in, right? You're not gonna vote for me, right? Like that's not gonna be me. And John A can't say no because she knows she's going to. The whole episode was ruined by Greaseback Bun Babe. Greaseback Bun Babe strikes again.
Unbelievable. That was like 11 minutes into this episode. It was 11 minutes into this episode. I went back and I looked. I was like, why are we talking about Kellyanne already? We haven't done. Oh, well, fuck. Okay. Why? Why do we have to still do this?
We're back.
Are there people that you think are watching this show who need that? Like, you could put that at the end. You could, like, you didn't need that scene because of what you said later. Then you could have shown the flashback, right? And be like, well, you know, I was talking to Thing about how I can't trust her in this game. It's like, but you're the friend outside. You don't know Jody. Say it with me, everybody. From a ham sandwich. Okay? And this is your friend, and you're just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to throw you in first.
Well, Wes did it too.
First.
Wes did it too. And
Kellyanne and Wes aren't like friends really that at this point.
she seems to think they are.
Yeah, but
She's delusional.
maybe delusional. I was like, this is not hard, Kellyanne. The answer is Jody and what's his name? How is this hard?
Mm-hmm.
It's Jody and Benji. Kellyanne's your actual friend.
Yep.
And it's the first episode.
She's going to do it.
You probably don't need to make this decision again. And like, you can have Kellyanne on your side. You need numbers. This is how you won the other seasons.
I think she's going to do it. I really do.
I think she's going to do it too.
I want it to happen too. Kellyanne really pissed me off this episode. She was just
or they
annoying.
cliffhangered it because she's not going to do it.
Maybe.
But I do love like John A being like, what do you want me to do? And she's like, well, obviously not vote me in.
Yeah, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Not vote for me?
And not vote me in. I mean, do I need to say it louder? I love how Kellyanne was like spiraling as she does. But I do like how she was like, had a rational point. Like, well, obviously I don't want you to vote me in. Mm-hmm. And there's one other person you can vote in who you don't know from a ham sandwich.
We're going to come back to this because I have more points on the Kellyanne situation. There's one particular shot that added absolutely nothing to the show, but I cannot move past without it. Naya running.
Not great. Not a great gate.
Girl,
not a great gate.
You gotta, I mean, in this, there's no way this is the first time she's going to see herself running on television. Girl, you need to talk to somebody. Go see somebody. You don't run like this. That's not how you run. You gotta like, come on. My mind was blown. I rewound it.
They showed it twice, didn't they?
They did. They showed it in the first episode and in the second episode because they're probably just like, this is so bad.
They're like, hey, we want you to be aware that she cannot run. So we're going to show you the same clip twice.
Awful. If I was one of the guys pre-picking teams and I saw that happening at the house, I'd be like, out. No way. I'm sorry. I can't move past that. Okay. So we go to the daily, which was beautiful. Beautiful. That white ass sand, those blue ass skies. It was real nice. And then even more beautiful, the angelic Mr. TJ comes out in a sand buggy in, not on my bingo card, a fucking vest.
He's been big into vests recently, though.
It was a why? It made no sense. If anybody could tell me why Mr. TJ was in a maroon vest for no reason, please let me know. DMs are always open.
On a sand dune.
On a sand dune. How did you feel about this daily?
Again, I didn't understand it. I understand what they were trying to say, that the ones that are closer to the shipwreck.
Why was it a shipwreck?
No reason.
Okay. Just to have props for no reason?
Worlds collide? I don't know. Near the shipwreck. So yes, did not make any sense for that. Mm-hmm. Also, it's not that you had to go any further because they were in a line with each other. So I thought the idea was like the shipwreck was further out, like north, mm-hmm. if you will. So you'd have to go further to get the easier one in the sand. But it was not. They were just like left to right. Mm-hmm. And then I don't understand how the patterns were harder from each other because I was not I did not know, are the chains like you have to have, because they like taped off certain sections with colors.
Yes.
So could only one of those be between points?
No idea.
No clue. So again, hard for me to follow to know if this is good or not, or how a triangle with a cross in the middle is harder than a little house. Because to me, if the chains are all the same length, it just, again, what was the holdup? It has to be that only the wrap can be in one area or something like that.
I think that the weight at the end had to be at a certain point. That was the only thing that, because there was like
dot was?
Yes. That was where the weight was. Everything other than that, I didn't understand. No, I agree with you. I don't know if there was like particulars about those colors or if it didn't matter and it was just like get it to this point. Because there was also like the thing that didn't make sense to me either is Kellyanne, when they were doing it, she says specifically at one point they don't have to cross, they just have to look like they crossed. And I was like, what?
Again, none of it made sense. And that was, again, like when we have these dailies where you need somebody to finish last, I get that sometimes they're a little bit harder to do than the other things, but take the time to explain it a little bit better. If you're going to cliffhang us, like I need to like show me the diagram where TJ's saying in ADR that you cannot have more than one of the things with the color wrap on it between two stakes. And then I can look and go, oh, they got two there. That's not going to work. And then the drone shots were great. But again, like none of this made sense. It was impossible to track who was doing well. Then they have to run back up and ring a bell. So many people went for high fives and were not high fived by their teammate. It was very disappointing. High five your teammate.
Jordan got left hanging and then he high fived himself. I was like, good for you, buddy. You get it however you can.
And then I think Kiki later back at the house was trying to give somebody like a double high five and it was not happening. And then she eventually just went to hug the person because she just got closer and closer, was not acknowledging. And then you just go for the hug.
That's the worst when you don't get a high five that you're like ready for.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow. Nelly T gets the Nelly L. Shockaroo.
Well, Puzzle and Nelly, shocking.
It doesn't seem like Hui's going to be very good at those puzzles either, so I could see a big flaw in their system. But don't worry, as their graphics said, they have heart.
These graphics got to go. These graphics are not bringing anything to me. Oh, they have heart. I'm so glad I know that information now. I'm so glad I know how many eliminations he's been in, as if that matters at all after the first episode. Show me that when they get in the elimination. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, just, again, this is why you need to hire me and Mixie, because I would have immediately put a stop on this.
Yeah.
And be like, what are we doing?
It's a waste. If you're going to put graphics up when you're doing the drone shots so I can see who's where and what's going on.
Or, again, if we're going to use that, then maybe on the right side, put all the rules. So you don't have to have TJ announce it. Additional rules. This has to be between here. Oh, now I understand it a little bit better. You want people to follow along with your game so we understand. And you're having this, like, the first time on international with all these people. Like, make it easy to fucking follow. Also, is this getting dubbed for Argentina? I wonder if they're doing that.
It probably is. I would assume that it is. Crapbag with the W with John A. Incredible move. He's been killing it. I feel like he's going to do very well this season. I am concerned that they're doing too well and are going to get thrown in pretty soon. I have a feeling that Wes has got his eye on Mr. Crapbag, so we'll see what happens there. But I know that he is friends with John A., so I don't know. It is nice to not have the vacation club in this season. I will say it's nice to know that like Tori and Casey don't really have anybody else.
I think they've done a really good job of mixing it up. And this is what I want to see on like more flagships is like, if there are any alliances, it's very loose. It's like at the most 3 people.
Yeah.
Until it's like vets versus rookies or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Nelly T's got nobody.
He's going to be gone early, I think.
I know. I think so too. Poor guy can't win. He's just not ever going to win. God love him. We get back to the house. Kellyanne does dumbest thing in the season so far. Sits there and looks Tori in the eye and says, I think a great idea would be if we start knocking out the USA players. As Tori is paired with a USA player. And then she goes and she like talks to Johnny Bananas. And Bananas is like, I haven't even talked to Justine. And she keeps talking to him. And Wes is like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she's just, she's dug her own grave.
That stammering was on another level. She's like, they're from Angola, Argentina, Kellyanne.
Yeah, she was like, your partner, your partner, what the team, it was just terrible.
That's when you know you've screwed up because you're like, Christ. Well,
I like her partner, and I'm sad that he got screwed like this.
Well, here's the thing, Mixie. If you noticed when she was sitting on the couch, somebody asked her a question like, are we in trouble or something like that?
Mhm.
And she goes, Who were those two people? It was Emily and Sarah.
Yep.
So if she kind of pseudo-partnered with Emily and Sarah,
I don't feel bad for her.
I don't feel so bad. She's going to have to sacrifice herself so the other two people can get knocked out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just whatever. Anything to save themselves. And I'm not mad about it.
Speaking of Sarah,
we
get to the vote, which now is at a table. What the fuck is going on? And we start to see a pattern in the votes. They're going Kellyanne, what's his face, Jody, and what's his face. And this happens again and again. Then Jordan gets called on, and smart Jordan, does not vote for Kellyanne. He does a bird vote that Wes immediately called him out for. Or was it Bananas? Somebody called him out.
Bananas goes, that's what we call a burn vote, everybody.
And then Wes is right after him and decides not to do that, which was very surprising to me because he didn't have to say Kellyanne's name. She was going to go in anyways, but she did it. And then my absolute personal favorite bird vote goes to Naya, who has jumped up about 10 points in my book for absolutely no reason voting in Sarah. Incredible move.
It's a great move. Great move.
I was cheering. I was like, fuck yeah, vote for her for no reason. I love it.
Put her in. Make her deal with it.
So Naya, 10 points jumped up in my book. Love you, girl. Keep it up. I want consistency out of you every week. Sarah and Theo.
Every week. Just keep saying their names. Just say it. Just bring it into existence. Will it into existence at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. We were cliffhangered in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. That was the end of the episode.
It was the end of the episode. I do want to go back because I did tease one thing about our new favorite game, and I wanted to kind of leave. I wanted to leave this to the end because I thought it was so great that we really couldn't do anything else with it other than kind of like put it at the end of the show and be like, you know, that's how fucking great this game is. So it's a brand new game in honor of the first and second episode called How Terribly Can You Answer a Question?
Ooh.
Okay. Yes. A fellow challenger will ask you a question, and then the goal, as it is in the name, is to answer it as terribly as possible. Okay. So that's the game. It's pretty simple. Do you have any questions about the game, Mixie?
No, not yet, but maybe as we move forward.
Okay.
Am I answering this, or are we watching the challengers answer these questions?
You are not. You are going to hear the challengers answering these questions. Okay.
Yep. Could we get a graphic? How much percentage of heart is needed for this game?
Well, it should be 100% brain, but you will notice based off the first answer, it was 0% brain. Okay.
Interesting.
And the only way you would have known that if we had a graphic on the screen to make sure you were aware of that, right? Because that's what we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this show, let's not explain the rules of the game so people at home can like follow and watch.
Yeah, no.
Let's just put on the screen, oh, this person's got heart. Oh, great. That means they're going to win. Fucking me. Anywho, okay. Our first participant in this game is going to be Grant asking John A question. Let's see if John A can answer it terribly. John A and Grant, take it away.
Who are you looking for in a partner?
I am looking for someone who wants to win the whole thing.
What a way to start off. Incredible.
Wow. If I was to like develop a rule book or like an example question so people at home could make their own, it would be this question. I want somebody that wants to win or can win.
As opposed to someone who does not want to win or physically cannot win. And that's good strategy. I mean, you can't hate her for that.
I felt like she was trying to be like, don't pick me because I want somebody who can win. I think it was just like a throw answer, like, I want somebody to win. And he would have gone, well, obviously, like,
Yeah,
what do you
me
need
too.
in a partner? I would have been like, somebody who can communicate really well. But John A just took it and was like, somebody that wants to win. Okay, great. If I was doing anything and I could win $500,000, I would probably try to win. Yeah, not a great.
What a thought.
And what a thought. And because John A answered that question so well, we will never play this game again because it will never be topped. There was only one person that could play this game, and it was them. I had to shut down the game after that.
I mean, it is. It's a grade A answer. It's top of the tier. 5 stars.
Just end the game because it's not getting better. Nobody else can win the level that John A just won that game.
No, they can't.
My goodness.
That's the end of the episode. I mean, we got hit with a cliffhanger. I pray to God that this isn't something that continues.
I hope not.
How do you feel, though? You think it will?
I don't know. They could do it to us. I don't know how long these episodes were. Were they an hour and a half?
The first one was an hour and a half, I want to say. It was definitely over an hour. The second one was 45 minutes.
They could do it. They could do it. That could be, they could go back to the old school way of like, you have the daily and then they set up the people who were going in and the vote.
Right.
And then that happens at the beginning of the episode next week. And you, Nick's just
Awesome.
shaking her head.
I love it. What a great format of a show.
Oh shit. I mean, they could do it. I don't think they will, but maybe they do. I don't know.
With their track record, they probably will do it.
Like, again, they were like, how else can we piss off the people that have loved the show forever? Let's do those things. Let's do all of those things. Put nonsensical graphics on there. Let's cliffhanger people. Let's bring back people who make no sense being on the show and then calling them something they're clearly not. Just all of the things in this. Let's bring in all the other hosts and then disappear them as if their visas got revoked from the country and they had to leave.
Livid was super excited to meet some of these young chaps and chapettes or whatever. I don't know.
I just want to watch Kaz's season of Love Island now.
I mean,
she's probably had the proper banter, proper fit.
Let us know, guys, if it's worth it. If you watch Kaz's season, is it worth it to watch that?
Oh, man. Just see her in all the bikinis would be great, too. Yeah,
I'm excited for this season. Fingers crossed that there's good hookups. There's a lot of single people, hot single people here. I'm praying for it. I guess we'll see what happens. And they better not cliffhang us all the time. They will.
If you just listen to this, just head over to YouTube. You can watch the version of this as well. We're just chatting. You can see our beautiful faces. And all that. Great discussions in the hotties this week. Lots of back and forth. Apparently me and Mixie might have been dating. I don't know. That was brought up. No.
Yeah, you passed on that when I told you at work. He goes, pass.
It's pretty funny. That was a great question.
For the record, I would smash, but fine. I'm the tease. It's fine.
Mama Franca said it,
it's fine.
so I gotta listen to Mama Frank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's protecting you.
Yeah. I don't like Chase. Chase is a nice guy. I can't step on Chase's toes.
Chase is a good dude. He is a good
Until
dude.
he leaves the pens out, though.
Goddamn pens. Guys, I found 8 fucking pens that just are open and dead in a bowl. I have no good pens. I went back to my pen and paper here. I'm back on it, and I can't find a pen that works.
They're all dried out because the cap was left off.
Guys, help me be able to buy pens that work by hitting that subscribe button.
Nice.
And that follow button. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Join the hotties. Link in the description. When we don't have 2 episodes back to back or long finals to review, I do have hotties that I want to welcome and will welcome. And leave a review. I'm never stopping you from that. Leave a comment on the YouTube page. We like those. That's fun to see. Yep. We love you guys.
We love you, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you in just a short amount of time. Okay, everybody.
Yes,
we love you. See you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.